Hi everyone, I'm Rajkumar. Today in this video we are going to talk about what is JDK, JRE and JVM. This is a core part of Java. If you see this diagram, right, if I what it actually explains, if I download a JDK, the JDK also contains JRE and JVM in it. Similarly, if I download JRE, the JRE also contains JVM in it. That is what this diagram explains. So the abbreviation of JDK, JRE and JVM, if you want to know, right? JDK is called Java Development Kit. JRE is Java Runtime Environment. JVM is Java Virtual Machine. Okay, so I already told I can download JDK separately and JRE also separately. What it mean? When do I need to download JDK and when do I need to download JRE and why do we need that? Right, like if I'm able to, if I download a JDK, I'm even getting a JRE also, right? Like, why do I need to download JRE separately? That could be your question. Why that possibility is that could be your question, right? Yeah, answer is, if I download a JDK 20, that the approximate memory would be like 230 MB or something, but if I download JRE alone, it'd be like 128 MB. So these are like approximate I mentioned. So what it mean is, like, if I want to keep my consider, like, if I'm downloading a Java in somewhere machine which has a less RAM as well as less memory in it, there I don't need to download a JDK, where only I need to run Java applications, right? So that's a purpose like JRE got introduced. Then I should definitely know the difference between JDK and JRE. uh, what JDK has which JRE doesn't have, that I should know, right? For understanding that, I want you to understand this diagram, what it exactly does, right? Like that we need to understand. Example, I have a Java file. Okay, this Java file, if I'm giving to compiler, the compiler basically what will do, we will run a Java C command on top of a Java file, so it will generate as a class file. Class file is nothing but a bytecode that we already discussed in our previous video, right? This is what basically it will do. So Java file, if I give it to compiler, it will generate a class file. This class file is not a machine code, it's actually a bytecode. Okay, so what is the difference between a bytecode and machine code? I will explain. Java, basically what we will do, right, like it's actually platform independent, but if I download a Java, it is not a platform independent. Where if I go and see in OpenJDK or like Oracle, right, like it will ask, is it for Windows, is it for Linux, right? So why, how you are telling this is a platform independent, you can ask. How is it is, if this class file is not specifically for the machine code, if you are actually know about a C or embedded C, if I compile it, it will actually generate a file or machine code, or like I would say that's a object code, and then it will be converted into machine code. This machine code is specific to particular machine. Okay, and embedded C and all, like we will use a cross compiler, it compile and it will generate a machine code based on the architecture of the a target machine. Okay, but Java is not like that. Java, what will do, the compiler will generate a object code, or sorry, class file. This class file is nothing but, if I have main.java, the Java C command will run and like it will give a main.class file. Then this class file I can run it in my own machines where I have written. Okay, so JVM, what will do, this will take the class file and based on the architecture what this has, right, like what that machine has, no, based on, it will generate a machine code and it will run in there in it. Okay, but similarly, if I'm going to keep this class file in Linux system, I'm actually writing this Java in Windows, and if I'm going to keep this class file in Linux system and I downloaded JVM, or sorry, JRE in Linux system, then if I try to execute it, right, what JVM will do is it will change this class file into Linux specific, or like the machine where it is running role, based on it, based on the architecture, it will generate a machine code and there it will run. Okay, that is why usually Java, what people will say is, like one place I can write and wherever I want, I can actually execute. That is why we will call like that. Okay, so this part is there, right? From Java to class file generation. This is where we need a JDK development tool support. Okay, so what it will basically, the Java C command, it will only present in JDK, not in JRE. Similarly, if I want to generate a jar file, right, we will use jar command. This will only present in JDK. Similarly, I want to see the memory footprint, then the J console we will use, that will present in JDK. Java talk command will present in JDK. These are nothing. If you download a JDK and if you go to the bin folder, right, there we can actually see these applications will present in a build folder. Those not everything, certain things which is necessary for development purpose, right, that will only present in JDK. Maybe in the bin folder itself we will see Java command also, that even present in JRE. Why? Because Java is the one, like it will actually it will actually trigger and take the input of class file and give it to JVM, and JVM will execute and give a response, right? So that is Java command will present in JRE. Okay, this is the basic difference. What it is present JDK, which is not in JRE. That is what like we understood. So basically, to summarize it, JDK will have development tools, and that JRE doesn't have. Okay, JRE doesn't have those development related purpose. Whatever it's required, that will alone present in JDK. But that itself taking 40% of memory in overall JDK, 40% of memory only for development purpose. JRE will contain another 60%. So better if you are only running Java application or executing Java application in your machine, not developing, then you can download a JRE to actually you don't need to compromise your memory, right, for this. So unnecessarily you don't need to waste your memory. That is why from Java or Oracle or Open JDK anywhere, right, like if you see they are providing this option to download JRE and JDK. Fine, right? So hope we are clear what is the difference between a JDK and JRE. Now let's see what is the difference between a JVM and JRE. As I already explained what JVM will do, right? Like we will see a JVM architecture later in some other video. In this, like we just understand the basics of what is JVM. The JVM only the responsible person to actually execute a Java program. But what is JRE? JRE, the name implies this will create a environment, runtime environment. So if I am actually executing a Java program, I need some other libraries also, right? Those libraries will present in JRE, I could say. The base library, if you see, right, the base library, integration library, user interface toolkits, these all present in JRE, which helps JVM to execute a Java program, optimize it and execute it. For this, like we will we have a JRE. So basically JRE contains JVM. Okay, the base library is nothing but you would have seen Java lang, Java util. These are the base library. With this will usually present, where it will present is, if you see a JRE, right, we will have a lib folder. In this lib folder we can see these libraries all present. Okay, and also integration libraries is nothing but if you are actually connecting the database or those integrating with some other component, no, those library like java.sql, these all are libraries will present, it will be maintained in JRE, maintained by JRE. And also user interface toolkits is nothing but like AWT. These are all like user interface toolkits, right? If you see in a build folder, we can see aw.tll. These are all also present in JRE. And I already told, right, Java command, these are also present in JRE. So whenever you are writing a Java example, like if you are writing a main.java, Java C command will give you a main.class file. That is, I already explained in the previous slide, right? This main.class file will be generated by Java C command. And if you are using a Java command, what will take, it will take this input and it will give the class file input and will give it to JVM, and JVM will execute and give the output. Output meaning like whatever needs to be executed, that will be executed. If you are keeping system out println hello world, then it will print hello world. Okay, that is what basically JVM will do. For that, like JRE supports with the other libraries and whatever it's required, no, the user interface toolkits and other things will also present in JRE. Now I think like we have a good understanding what JRE does, and like what other than JVM what JRE has, and other than JRE like what else JDK has. These difference we understood, I believe, right? Like just wanted to show you. I downloaded JDK 20. If you see in the lib folder, right, the lib folder is what like we can see all the libraries present. Okay, if you see in the bin folder, no, bin folder, if we see the jar, this is one command which we can see. Java C, this all development command. Java doc, these all development commands. Java could be a, it's actually execution purpose, like we will use it. This will present in JV JRE. Okay, this will trigger JVM. And similarly DLL, if you see AWT, yeah, AWT.dll. These are all like user interface purpose like toolkits, no. So these will present in JRE. Okay, so I downloaded JDK. That's why like I'm actually having everything together, like whatever development tools as well as runtime environments, everything together. I'm actually showing it. Like if you already have a JRE and JDK with you, you can see the difference. How what are files which present in JDK and what are present in JRE. You can see the difference, as well as memory wise also you can see the difference. Like it should be like nearly 60 to sorry nearly actually 55 to 60% of memory only JRE takes if you compare with JDK. That is why mostly like if you want to execute something, better to have a JRE with you, not a JDK. That's a recommendation. Okay, hope we understood everything clear. Yeah, we will see in the next video. Thanks for watching.